What's up, Retro fans? It's RetroRobby. What you are looking at right now is SimCity 2000, but probably not like you remember it, and this is the Nintendo 64 version. Oh yes, there was indeed an N64 version of this game, but it was only released in Japan. I'm running it on a special cartridge, which takes SD cards, and it's called the ED64 Plus. It lets me add some unique ROMs to play on original hardware, and honestly, it's a pretty cool setup. What makes this port so interesting is all the extra stuff packed into it that the PC version never had. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to access every little secret, but we are definitely going to dive into what makes this version unique in this video. But while the extra content is cool, there is a massive catch. This game is very hard to play for one reason: the horrible menu interface. Trying to navigate these windows and build a city with the N64 controller is a complete nightmare. Now, before we get into the negatives, let's look at some of the positives for this unusual version. The N64 port of SimCity 2000 was only released in Japan, and it's basically the same core game as we know from the PC. While the basic goal of building and managing your budget is the same, this version had some wild features the PC version completely lacks. From what I have researched, there are several built-in minigames that unlock when you build specific structures. For example, if you build a truck track, you can actually bet on and watch horse races. There's even a dating simulator hidden in the game. You can apparently breed giant monsters to defend your city from alien attacks, too. I will be honest with you all though, and during my live stream, I never actually got to show these off. I was way too busy just trying to build a city and survive the menu. There is also a unique 3-chapter story mode. Unlike the open-ended PC version, this one has a campaign. I'm not entirely sure how close I got to those goals because, let's be real, I can't even read a word of Japanese. That made the TV show update, which replaced the old newspaper, pretty hard to follow since they interrupt the gameplay with text I can't even translate. So on paper, this sounds like the ultimate version of SimCity 2000, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to breed monsters and watch horse races while managing a budget? But here is where the dream port turned into a total struggle. All those features I just mentioned, you actually have to build a city to see them. And let me tell you, trying to lay down a simple road or zone of a residential block in this version is a test of patience I wasn't prepared for. It all comes down to the interface. What was designed for a PC mouse has been crammed into an N64 controller, and the results, well, they aren't pretty. First off, it's actually kind of cool that they gave you a computer-style mouse cursor, but trying to control it with the N64 analog stick is a real pain. Plus, building anything with this menu interface is a total nightmare. It takes forever just to lay down some zones or buildings or even a simple roadway, and here is the kicker. Once you have picked something to build and you place it, you have to start the whole process over again, digging back through the menus just to do it again. On the PC, I would have had a small town up and running in minutes, but here I am still fighting with the UI. I will say though that there are some decent shortcuts, like for power lines and water pipes that are on the D-pad, but for everything else, you are stuck with the horrible menu. Accessing those menus is not hard, at least. You just have to hit the A button as long as you're not hovering over buildings. Now you are probably wondering, how do you even move around? Zooming in and out with the C buttons works fine, but moving from different parts of the map, that's where it gets annoying. You have to hold the R button down while moving the analog stick, and depending on where you're trying to go, it could take way too long. Even running this on the ED64 Plus, which is great, it can't save you from the fact that this UI was never optimized for a console. It really makes you appreciate why most people stuck with the PC version back in the 90s, but here is the absolute worst part. The menu will not save you from disasters. In the PC version, the game usually warns you if a power plant is going to blow so you can replace it, but since I can't read Japanese to save my life and there's no English option, my nuclear plant had a complete meltdown and destroyed a lot of my hard work. The N64 version takes much longer to navigate too, so you can imagine how frustrated I was. When a fire breaks out or a monster attacks, you need to act fast, but because the interface is slow and clunky, you're stuck fighting menus while you watch your city go up in flames. It turns a stressful moment into a total game over just because the controls cannot keep up. Honestly, if I understood the language better, that meltdown would have never happened. But at least I got to show in the live stream that the menu will not save you in a crisis. So, at the end of the day, SimCity 2000 on the Nintendo 64 is a total hidden gem. The exclusive minigames and that wild story mode make it unique, but those controls are a hurdle that is hard to get over. If you are a diehard fan or want to see more, there will be a link at the end screen where you can watch the full past live stream. It's worth checking out. Otherwise, stick with the PC version.